Some people would describe me as the most important political correspondent of our time. I'd just call me a woman. A woman who has met the right people and been to the right places. There's a talent I've not told you about that I think is becoming more prevalent recently. I think I can speak to the famous dead. This week, my week started in a way that it hasn't before. Margaret Thatcher appeared to me in my morning cereal. As I was eating those cornflakes, she looked at me and she said, "Do not turn around, Fallowla. Stick to your convictions and make sure that you become the most important woman of our time." Well, when Margaret Thatcher tells you that over cornflakes, there's very little you can do. And so with that in mind, I launched my political manifesto this week. Ladies and gentlemen of the press, thank you so much for being here today. I will be taking questions at the end. Today I'd like to launch this. Now this may look like a little grey book to you, but this is in fact my manifesto. The manifesto I worked on took some of the best aspects of everyone else's. Legalise cannabis to make the students forget the things I'd done wrong. Tax the old and the young. Both reduce and raise tuition fees. Reduce it for the students, raise it for the universities. Ingenious or what? It was pointed out to me at the press conference that I'm not actually standing as Prime Minister. Of course I'm going to be Prime Minister, that's what I'm doing. Oh. Yes, no questions, thank you very much, yes. And you know, this week, that's pretty much all that happened actually, yeah. Met Margaret Thatcher over my morning cornflakes with a nice hot cup of gin. And apart from that, nothing really happened. Thank you for joining me, and I will see you again next week. Bye-bye. Yes, bye-bye. That's it, that's all I'm talking about. I'm not talking about that this week, Vivian. I refuse. I refuse. I am not a jukebox. I do not just switch on and open up my soul to people. I'm not doing it. I refuse.
If she's not going to tell you what happened this week, I will. So, Anne Kelly disappeared this week. Why did you take my credit card? How could she leave us like that? How could she leave me like that? I was starting to like the bitch. I knew this would be a bad week as soon as I found her having a breakfast with gin. She's seeing dead people. Again. But I had to tell the news to Fallowla.
You know, Anne has been fantastic. You know, she's a real credit to me. She's been a lot better than you have. She's the reason that I know what to say in these things. You know, she's had this great idea. She's gonna put one of those in-ear feedbacks in. She's gonna tell me everything I need to say.
Right.
So I'll say all the right things. With that, I can't lose. Was there anything else, Vivian?
Yes. There is one thing.
Oh?
Before, when I gave her bad news, I would give her a puppy or a kitten. But she started to figure out what I was doing, so I phoned up my mate Daniel. There you go. This is Daniel.
No.
I promised to pay him a couple quid.
Can I keep him?
That eventually became a lot more. Didn't really work. Unfortunately, Anne Kelly had to go back to America. So a family thing with my credit card.
So is that next week after the press tour?
That is right now, unfortunately, so she won't be there for the press tour. But she sends her regards and she'll be back next week.
What are we going to do?
Well, we'll just have to do it without her. Okay, time to go. Yeah.
I'm not happy. I'm not.
Not entirely according to plan. But we had the press tour coming up and we just had to do it by ourselves. She made us visit a school. Pretty sure she was racist to one of the students.
Have you noticed they smell quite bad, the foreigners?
Wow, okay then.
Anne was meant to be there for her. She was meant to give the in-ear talk back and tell her exactly what to say. She wasn't there. So in the end, Fallowla started copying Donald Trump.
Realistically, what we need to do is build a wall around the town to stop the foreigners from coming into the town. Because when foreigners come into the town, it causes issues economically and socially.
Nigel Farage,
The problem is, I believe the LGBT community has been given too many rights, okay?
Marie Le Pen.
What I like about immigration is, I love Chinese food, I love Indian food. I'm a big fan of Waitrose French baguettes. I'm a huge fan of pizza, but do I want the people that make it to live in my town? Not so much.
She keeps touching all of these men.
I'm looking to get rid of the things that are hindering you. What's hindering you the most, young man?
The fact that I'm tired today, to be honest.
We've got 2 cases on camera.
Brexit was so important to this town, and, you know, I just think what's really important is knowing that there's only me and you here, and I have a whole lot of money. Vivian, the money, give me the money. Vivian, the money.
I've run out.
Do you need money?
Yes.
How much money does this bitch think I've got?
Theresa May couldn't answer this, but what Harry Potter character would you be?
Gosh,
She doesn't even know who or what Harry Potter is.
I've read all of the novels, and I would be Professor Underage.
So, obviously, the press got a hold of what she was saying, and she did what everyone else does. You know, put her business on Facebook.
I know you may have seen some really terrible and disastrous interviews, but, you know, I've been on a different type of medication for my time of the month, and it drove me a little bit mad. But, you know, I'm on the right meds now, and it's going to be great. This campaign's going to be great. And so, thank you all. Thank you all so much. Much love. Is that off?
I guess so. Did you press the button?
Oh, you guess so, do you?
And that is the story of how I got this. And this, for that matter.
It is the last time I'm letting you do it. Do you enjoy embarrassing me, Vivian?
I don't know. Do you enjoy embarrassing yourself with your ridiculous plans and...
How dare you, Vivian? How dare you talk to me like that? Stay where you are, Vivian! You bloody stupid girl! I would have never allowed that to... Oh God. Oh God. Oh God.
Although she treats me like this every single day, I'm still grateful that she adopted me from that god-awful orphanage.